This is a 65-inch Sony Bravia TV, and it's got no power. It doesn't turn on. I can't watch Netflix. It's a problem. I need to fix this for myself. Before I go ahead and pull everything apart, I'm going to check to see if the socket works. Sometimes sockets fail. Plug something else in there and see if it lights up. After that, if it fails, I will pull all the cables out of there, out of the back of the TV, apart from the power, of course, and see if it turns on. If there's no luck there, I will pull the power out from the wall, hold down the power button on the TV for 30 seconds, then plug it back in and try and see if it starts. If no luck there, I'll try pressing on the remote repeatedly 20 times at least to see if it starts up. If no luck, I've got to pull this thing apart. Leg stand so I don't damage the screen. There is a whole bunch of screws here that I've removed. Capping. Power has to be unplugged. And I'll pull that cable out for now. Now, there's all my screws. Put them away. And then, after all the screws are off, I start prying on the TV, pulling it up. And then there's a whole bunch of clips around this side and the top and the other side. Now what I've done is I've used a Stanley knife, and as you pull it up, you can feel where the clips are, and I want to insert the Stanley knife on the side, and I want to slowly wedge it up and pop it. Now the reason why I've used the Stanley knife is, instead of a flathead screwdriver, is if I apply too much pressure, I'm going to snap the blade before I snap the screen. So I'll go along and start prying from this side and popping those from the side here, here, here. Now I've already popped this, so it should come off fairly easy along the back here. Okay. This should all pop up. These have all been pried out, so they'll come along. Now just take your time. Now I'm just taking my time to slowly remove it, which I've already done. So this here is what you normally see in most TVs. You've got a power board that makes the power. You've got the main thinking computer, which is the main board. And you've got the T-CON board, which sends the signal to the screen. Now, because I've got no power, I want to focus in over here. To see what's wrong, I need to connect this to power. And this is where I have to be careful, because that's 240 volts. That can kill me. So what I want to do is first, which is not connected to power at the moment, is switch this to AC and check if I've got power going into the board. And I do. So I've got power going into the board this side, and that's all AC. And then it switches to a DC here. So from here, I need to check if there's power leaving from this board. So you switch to a DC, ground, which is the main TV, or any grounding point I'm going to use here. And check for voltage all along these pins. Now, if there is voltage and you touch these pins, I can wreck it. So you check the voltage through this way, but I've got no voltage on all of these pins. So that shows me that this board is not sending any power. So there is a very strong chance that this board has failed. So all I'm going to look up is that board is GL91 and order a new board. It's about $50 online. If this board was showing power, it could still be the board, but it also could be a main board or a T-CON board. Now, it gets quite complex to finding out which board is broken. If you see big burn marks on here, that means there's a probability that this board has failed, or this board. But because there is no power on here, I'm quite confident that it's the main board, and I'm going to replace this. If I had no idea which board it was, looking for a broken screen TV on Facebook Market page for $100 and getting something with a broken screen replacing all the boards will fix my problem as well. But it was just quick and easy for me to realize that this board has failed. So I'm going to unplug the power again, unplug the cables, there is some screws and then there's some clips that slide out. Alright, in this box here, I've got a new board with foam. So kind of see where there's been a bit of heat on here. There's some foam, can't leave that in the TV. Alright, so this is my new board. Well, a board from a broken screen TV, so not exactly new. Alright. You can also, I could have also checked the fuse here to see if the fuse blows, but normally it's not the fuse. So they're all clipped in. Now I'll push these across. There we go. That's all in. Let's screws, one here. Another one over here. Simple as that. Now I'm going to test out the TV.